is concerned. Here's Steve in West Palm Beach. Florida says hello. Steve, good afternoon. Your turn. How are you today, pal?
Hey, Mad Dog. How you been, buddy?
All right, Stevie. Nice to have you with us. What's going on today for you? Let me hear what you got. Go ahead.
Well, baseball is back, as you know, and
no, it's not back yet. It's not back. It's not back yet. Pitchers and catchers is not back, but I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I know. I get too excited, but couple things. What do you think about the one-game playoff? And do you think that it's necessary to have the one-game playoff? Because again,
I'd rather have a best of three in the first round with the wild card instead of the one game. I do think Russian roulette is good with the one game. I'd rather have a best of three. I think you get a little better chance of having a better team get out of it, and maybe a little less chance of an upset. But if you do that, it makes it tricky because then the divisional teams have to wait even longer to play a playoff game. Because the best of three would have to be on the Monday because right after the season ends, it means if you have a tie, it screws it up. I think that they won't do that, Steve, only because of the time element of where you stand with the sport. It's very tricky to play a best of three after 162 and not make it a detriment for the teams that won their division. Remember, if you win a division in baseball, you got to wait until the wild card games are over before you decide and before you know who you play. So you're sitting around for 4 days getting stale. Now, last year, it wasn't that big a factor. Dodgers got stale, but they won. The Astros were the 2 seed, and they won, and the Indians were up 2-0. So, and the 2 seed in the NL was the Cubs and Nationals. That was pretty tight. So, it wasn't a factor last year. Good call on that, but I think they are a little worried about the long delay. I would prefer, if I could have a choice, I'd prefer best of three. John in Naples, Florida, Mad Dog Unleashed. Johnny, good afternoon. How are you today? What do you have for me?
Hey, Dog, how you doing?
Fine, Johnny. Thank you. What's on your mind now today?
Hey, refugee here. I was with you and Mike down in Tampa for Bills Giants, so I go way back with you guys.
All right, that's a long time, 1990, with the refugee. I don't expect Eddie to get that song that quick, but there we go. We always give you a little theme with the refugee, with on a raft stuck in the East River, looking for some radio, sports talk radio, nowhere to go locally maybe, and so you come here. Good to have you with us. Good to have you aboard, Johnny. What's on your mind here today? Fire away.
3 things for you, Dog, and I don't need an answer on the first one, but if you could check it out and let me know. Is there a way to get high heat on the radio? When you're at work, I'd like to listen to it.
Yes, MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM has high heat simulcast every day.
Perfect, thank you. Second thing, any chance you and Mike might do one day a week, like a football Friday or something like that?
Wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't guarantee it, but I would not rule it out. Number 3. Go ahead.
Good. We'd all love to see it.
I mean, I think there's, I got to go through a lot of hula hoops, a lot of contractual scenario, but I would not rule it out. Seriously. Go ahead. Next.
Good. And we would all love to see you guys, maybe one day a week, again. Third, look, I'm 55, Giant fan, Met fan, traditional sports guy, but I will tell you this about the Olympics. I was in Montreal in '76. I saw the Bob Knight team win the gold medal. I saw Sugar Ray Leonard fight when he was just a kid.
Right.
And I saw Bruce Jenner win the decathlon. Point being, if you go to an Olympics, Dog, you do have a different perspective on it. I do get into it. But I agree with you, the Winter Olympics, it's a tough watch. But the Summer Olympics, Dog, are pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. More sports that we're accustomed to, and good call. With the track and field, the swimming, everybody's done a little of that. I have never been to Olympic Games. I don't have a lot of desire to go. I don't know. I used to love the Olympics, 84, 76, 92 Barcelona. I used to love the Olympics. I lost some interest. What can I tell you? Now, the Winter Olympics, I have not parachuted in. I asked Eddie for the rating last night. They seem like they're doing about the same as they did in Sochi. So they got that strong 21, 22 million a night who are latched onto it. So they seem like they're doing about the same numbers they've done in Sochi. I'm sure for NBC that's acceptable. More to do. We continue. Double break here. We'll come right back. Mad Dog.